So for this video, I'm going to talk about why I started journaling. I got the idea originally. I mean, it's not a that profound of an idea, but it has already had positive impacts on my life. So I was watching Jordan B. Peterson's talks, and I think it was during the Joe Rogan interview. He talked about life authoring, and I thought it would be a nice idea to do the same thing for myself. So what I did was I just looked at his video and found some questions, and I started journaling. But mainly the thing that I learned through journaling was not necessarily that I was going to answer questions, but it actually, as I began journaling, I created as many questions as I answered. So the whole thing has been a journey or a process. And the main secret, or the main thing that I find this to be extremely powerful for me in particular, is take you on a digression. I had two friends. They didn't know each other, separate friends, but apparently, not apparently, we're no longer friends, and I was very hurt about that. Maybe my fault, but regardless, I'm very. It took me a long, long time to get over it. In a lot of ways, I'm still not over it. They brought a lot of joy to my life, and that's gone forever. And so I have to deal with this loss. So part of that was I went through a lot of things. One thing was drinking a lot to escape the emotions. I tried to meet new people. I tried what they call spiritual bypass. It's where you try to just not think about anything or not think about them, push them out of your life. I tried all kinds of mental games in order to try to forget them or make them seem like we weren't friends, or they weren't all that I made them out to be. I tried a lot of different things, and I think the thing that's helping the most right now is time. But also journaling's helping a lot because I would write emails to them in the past occasionally, see what's going on, and occasionally they wrote back, but there wasn't much there. You could tell they were just being polite. And in this 2017, I've decided to stop writing forever, at least for 2017. And but now I can still write letters that they'll never read, and maybe I'll be able to write things that I can get things off my chest. One thing I'm learning a lot about relationships is how much of it is in your own head, and how much I think a lot of what they saw in me in the past, till they learned differently, that we weren't compatible or whatever as friends, is the fact that they built it up in their heads too, this false image of the person. And I definitely had ideas about them that are obviously, I mean, we're not friends anymore, so something was wrong with the way we approached it. So I think a lot of the ideas of false, you create a false image of people, and you really shouldn't expect too much from people. So now as part of my journaling, I'm able to write about how I feel about the situation and what went wrong. And there's just some power, like I feel like you go over these ideas over and over in your head, and they never dissipate. But there's something about the act of writing it down. And I'm old school, so I write with a pen in a notebook. It's something especially to me, at least, about writing in an ink pen in a notebook. It somehow feels like it's this permanent erasure of the problem. It's gone, and I can get it out there how I feel, and so I don't have to deal with it anymore. Because sometimes the pain's so bad, you just wish. I shouldn't say you should wish you never met him, but you wouldn't be the person you are. And the idea is accepting the fact that there's lessons that you need to learn, and they did teach those to you, as painful as that is. So anyway, to get back to my point, I think journaling is a good thing to do, at least for me. And one thing that I like to do especially well is I like to do it right after I meditate. I'll meditate for a little bit and then I'll get up and I won't try not to think about what I'm going to journal or what anything, just do the regular meditation. And then once that's done, I'll get up and I'm going to go and write down whatever comes to my head to follow my train of thought and get it out on paper.